is the largest lake in the country, the biggest one, and it's where we go. Where we go now, we will stop and there is a viewpoint there just to enjoy the view, but not only for the lake, no. We will be also on the edge of the tectonic plates. So I'm going to tell you about this tectonic plate. We have the North American plate and the Eurasian plate in the North Atlantic Ocean. So they meet under the water. So we call it the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. So we need to go under the water to see these plates, take a submarine and go deep to the bottom of the Atlantic. Except here in Iceland, we are lucky, we don't need to get wet, or except with the rain, if not with the rain. But because we have the chance to see these tectonic plates since 17 million years ago when they started to rise from the Atlantic Ocean, and this created the land of Iceland. So we are on the edge of we will be soon on the edge of the North American plate, where we are right now. So from the southwest of Iceland to the northeast, we have this limit between the two plates, the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. It's where we find a lot of geothermal energy. That's why we have also many volcanoes. The geyser is not far from here. It's because of this the two plates meeting here, and we have the magma not so far from the ground. So this lake is between the two tectonic plates. The other one, the Eurasian plate, starts on the other side of the lake, 6 kilometers from where we will stop. So this is something unique to have the chance to walk along the North American plate, and you will be able to do it in a few minutes. So that's why we stop here, because of this very interesting place, especially if you like geology, and also because of the history of Iceland. I will just tell you a little bit about this. So before the 9th century, no one was living here. Nobody was here except the Arctic fox. The fox was the only one, the only mammal on land. And then the humans came during the 9th century. And in the year 874, some of them decided to move to Iceland, to settle here. So they were the Norwegians. Norwegians came here, the first ones to settle in Iceland, the settlement of Iceland. Ingolfur Arnarsson, he was the one with some people from the west coast of Norway, and on the way they took some Irish people. That's why we also had Irish people here. And then during the next decades, more people came from other countries like Norway, but also Denmark and Sweden. You know, the three countries where the Vikings come from. And also from the British Islands. So this is why we also had some people from there living here. And a few years later, in the year 930, they decided to have a parliament, because they were already all around the country. People were living all around Iceland, mainly close to the coast, to the Atlantic Ocean. They had some chieftains, so some politicians, and they had some local meetings, but they decided in 930 to have one meeting here once a year. That was the first parliament in Europe. So they met here for the parliament. All the chieftains had to meet. One of them was elected as the law speaker for 3 years. So during these 3 years, he was the most important man in Iceland. So the law is a man, but now of course we have equality between genders. So we have also women. We had a woman as the president, and now the prime minister is a woman today. So this man was the law speaker. So during these meetings, that they were once a year in summer, of course, when the weather is great, like today. Yes, so they were meeting in June or July when we have long days and when it's not too cold. So because they had to travel from the east of the country, some of them by horse, 2 or 3 weeks, all the way from there to here in the highlands. Crossing the highlands in winter, it's impossible. So that's why they were meeting in summer. And the law speaker was standing on a rock. The rock, we call it Lockberg, low rock in Icelandic, Lockberg. The rock is still there, so you will have the chance to see this rock. That was the Parliament of Iceland for many centuries, from 930 until 1799. So not so long time ago. Now the Parliament is in Reykjavik, of course. They have a proper building. They don't need to stand outside in the rain or in the wind. But it's how they did it in the past. So you can read about it when you reach the Parliament. You will have the chance to read if you are interested. Or you can ask me if you want also. So we will stop now in 1 minute. We are already here. at car park number 1. So we have 2 car parks here. No, actually we have 5 car parks here, but there are 2 of them that are interesting for us because I'm going to move the bus. But it's very easy to remember the numbers because it's only 1 and 2, only the first 2 numbers. So we stop now at the P1, parking lot 1, and we move. I will move the bus to the car park number 2. So I will be with you for a while here, but at some point I will come back alone to the bus and I will drive to the car park 2. Why I do like this? Because then you can walk all the way down to the P2, and it's a wonderful walk to do with the North American plate on your left. And halfway between the 2 car parks is the old Parliament of Iceland, the low rock, this rock where the loudspeaker was standing. So you can find this rock easily because they have the Icelandic flag there. It's only a few meters out of the way, and it's so easy to find. But I don't want you to be lost, because if you come back to the parking lot 1 where we stop now, you will be lost, and then I will just pick you up tomorrow morning. So you will just wait 24 hours. So please don't come back here, go to the P2. And I want you to see where is the P2 to make sure that you know where it is. You will wait outside of the bus now for everyone. Then when everyone is out of the bus, I can lock the bus. So I locked, it's totally safe, you can leave something in the bus, no worries about that. And then we go together a little bit further where I can show you where is the P2, car park 2, where is the meeting point. You can use the bathrooms here if you like, but also at the P2. They also have some toilets there. But at the car park 2 they have only toilets, nothing else. So if you want to buy a coffee or something else, it's only here. So you see we have the viewpoint there to the right. It's what you will start with to enjoy the view, and then you will walk along the North American plate. And I'm going to park somewhere here as soon as I can park. And what time is it now? It's 9:38. Yeah, we will leave at 10:20. So I give you 42 minutes, not a lot, to enjoy, to go all the way to P2. You need not more than 20 minutes if you just walk straight to P2, but I give you some extra time so you can also enjoy the way. And then, 20 past 10, so 40 minutes. So you can just wait outside for now, and I will show you where will be the meeting point. There's a few places in Iceland where we can ski. Most of them are in the north because we have much more snow in the north of the country. In some places in the north, like Akureyri or the Westfjords. Here in the south, especially in the southwest, not so much snow, but sometimes yes. Like last winter, we were lucky with a lot of snow. So there are 2 mountains not so far from Reykjavik where it's possible to go skiing. So one of them there on the left, you see the metallic structures up there, the ski lifts. But it's not, of course, as good as in the Alps because it's very small, first of all. There is no tree here, so it's very windy. The snow not the best quality, but sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's good enough. A lot of people have some fun here. But for the ones who really enjoy skiing and they want to have a great time, they prefer to go to the north of Iceland where it's much better, or even better to go abroad to Norway or Sweden where they have so much snow and beautiful forests there, or to the Alps, of course. The best places to ski in Europe, Norway, Sweden, Finland or the Alps. So it's also possible to do it in Iceland, but it's not very popular. So don't come to Iceland for skiing in winter. This is this is a mistake. Yeah, just to let you know. No, but come for the beautiful scenery, the ice caves, the northern lights. That's why people visit Iceland in winter. Now skiing is not popular. We prefer swimming. So swimming is something we love because we have swimming pools everywhere. And the most popular sports are handball and football. The 2 sports the kids love to practice, to play. Handball is very popular in the Nordic countries, like in Denmark, Sweden, Norway. They are always the best teams in the world when it's not France. And Iceland is one of the best also. And football is very popular everywhere in Europe, and especially here in Iceland. So they're not so much into the winter sports like skiing or ice hockey. No, that's not something we do a lot here. So from now we can see some sheep, some lambs and sheep. So if you see some animals in the fields around in the grass, they are the sheep. We have 1 million of them. You know, Icelandic lambs, if you like to eat lamb, if you're not a vegetarian, I recommend to try lamb. Icelandic lamb is very good. And we also have them for the wool. Icelandic wool is great, very insulating the people from the cold and also from the rain. It's kind of waterproof. Icelandic wool, great quality. So we have a few of them outside. They can go wherever they want from the farms because they are free, roaming free during the whole summer from end of May until middle of September. So they have more than 3 months of freedom. And we have to be careful when we drive because they can be in the middle of the road, they can just cross the road at the last second. So that's why this is the lamb, the sheep are the most dangerous animals in Iceland because they can just be in the middle of the road. So this is the reason why. But we have daylight, 24 hours of daylight, so it's easy to see them. You see many of them now on the right side. One mother with she has 3. Usually they have only 2. Usually we see 3 of them, so 2 young ones, 2 lambs and 1 mother taking care of them during the summer. And you see some geese, and we have geese, swans, many birds also in these kind of fields. Now we start to see horses on the left side. You see a few horses, so you will see many horses along the way because we have many farms in the countryside, especially here in the Golden Circle area. We will be in the countryside. A very famous man was living here, very famous Icelandic writer. Icelanders, they love to write. A lot of them read books, of course, but many of them also write books. We say that we have 10% of the population, 10% of Icelanders who publish a book during their life. So they love to write. You know, we have very long winters, so they need to find something to do. So many artists, not only writing but also painting, music, musicians, and a lot of other things. For the long months of winter, it's great to have some occupations. Dark months of winter. Yeah, long winter and dark. Yeah, winter here is from October to April when the weather is not the best, and from November to January, 3 months of darkness. We have some daylight, of course, but not so much. So this man was Halldór Laxness, that was his name, and he even got the Nobel Prize of Literature. So the only Nobel Prize ever won by an Icelander was from him. And he was living in this little white house that we see now on the right side of the road. We will see in a few seconds. So he built this house in the 50s, just here, on the right side, right here, now. Yeah, this is the house. So Halldor Laxness was living here until 1998. So then it's when he died, so 24 years ago, and it's now a museum about his books, about the literature he left behind. So everyone in Iceland knows Halldor Laxness, of course. Where we stop in the cafe, there is a small cafe, and they sell many books from him, if you want to have a look. So let's go now to Thingvellir. We are now finally in the countryside. It's what I love. And we have only 20 minutes to Thingvellir.